welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Going to be here for the next 30 minutes. We're going to talk about some really fun things today, but first of all is the news. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the store, because a lot of things have moved around in the last 30, well, not even that long. Maybe the last 2 weeks. I have had things moved all over the place. And one of the deal is we moved our kitchen aisle that was way back on 7 back up here close to where the gift shop is, which was just a really natural transition from gift into kitchen. And so since we did that, we're going to have a big event this month on the 22nd, and it's called our Big Reveal. So is it a boy? Is it a girl? No, it's a kitchen. It's a kitchen reveal party. It's going to be Saturday the 22nd from 10 to 4. And during that time, we're going to have new kind of vendors that are going to be involved. We're going to talk about some new things. We're going to have food. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have prizes, of course. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to give away a big basket full of new stuff from the kitchen. It's going to be lots of fun and exciting. And it's something that I have wanted to do for a long time, which is expand that kitchen area. And there was just no place to expand it back there. So we moved it up front and moved everything back. And bingo, we have something right up front now, which I think you're going to really, really like. Now, another thing that we moved is our Traeger grills. They were off to the side, it just wasn't a good spot. A lot of people didn't even know we had Traeger grills, even though we had a lot of signage up, but now we have moved them to what I lovingly called the Traeger zone. And so all of our Traegers are out, everything that has to do with Traeger, from pellets to spices, are all out in one area where you can walk around and take a look at them. They're not off in the back like a stepchild. They're right up front. And so, in fact, we have one that is one of the most popular sizes, and it's $100 off right now. So if you were thinking about a Traeger grill, I know the 4th has already gone by, but hey, there's Labor Day coming up. Or if you have always wanted a Traeger grill, I have a Traeger grill. That Traeger grill is 15 years old. 15 years old. And it still works like a champ. I never have any problem with it. You know, you plug it in, you turn it to smoke, you let it smoke for a little bit, then you turn it to, like, mine's so old it just says low, medium, high. Now they all have digital. And so I turn it on medium. If I want a grill mark on my meat, like if I'm going to cook some steaks, I turn it to high and I get a grill mark, and then turn it back down. It is amazing. They are the best thing to cook pizzas on, grill vegetables on, and we're going to have some new stuff that's going to be in the kitchen area. That's going to be a new vendor that you can use on your Traeger grill also. And what's nice about our Traeger grills is they are already assembled and fired in. So that means when you go home, when you buy a Traeger grill, you get a bag of pellets, okay? And you can go home, plug it in, fire it up, you're ready to go. You don't have to do anything to get ready for it. You are ready to eat that day. So come on by and take a look at them. All right, let me tell you where we're located, because I jumped right in because I was so excited. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. If you're coming from 1604, you just take the Northwest Military Highway exit, and we are 9 lights in, okay? The store's going to be open today till 6:30. If you have a question, give us a call, 210-341-1573. And you know, I was talking about all the events and some of the new things that we're doing in the store. And if you are not on like our Best Rewards, which is a rewards program through Do It Best, okay? It's so simple, and the worst thing that happens is they send you a $5 coupon every time you hit a certain dollar amount. It's just so simple. You don't have to look on your email. It comes right in the mail, and you bring it in and use it and take $5 off of anything that you want to take off. And sign up for our email. Our emails are so great. We do not flood you with email, I promise. But when we send out an email, we let you know what's going on. We'll send you a coupon for the gift shop for 20% off that you can use on anything. It doesn't matter what. People that will not let us put their stuff on sale, you can use a coupon. I mean, they can't tell us how to use our coupons. And then it also will have a coupon for the hardware section. So if you've got a tool that you wanted, maybe you wanted some of the new lawn tools that are rechargeable, that's a perfect time. Okay. All right, so this, let me talk about something new. I've got two new things that I wanted to talk about because I was bummed that they Tero dropped some of their items. And one of the items was and we're also on Facebook right now, so if you, hi Pat, how are you? If you are wanting to see what I'm talking about also, then just go out to Facebook. It's on Johnny Trick's Happy Handyman. It's the Happy Handyman. I know I probably say it wrong every time. So, Tero makes, they used to make this clothes moth trap, okay? And then they dropped it, and all they had is the pantry pest. And so that's not the same. What's for your pantry to get rid of moths in your pantry is different than what is for your clothes. And so they finally came up with a clothes moth alert, and it attracts them. You don't get any mothball odor. It has no odor at all, and it helps protect your clothes and your furnishings. So hi Jean, how you doing? And this is it has two traps. It feels absolutely lightweight. In fact, when we first got them in, I went, there's nothing in that, but there was. And so if you're having a problem with that, then this is what you need to get. Tero makes great product line. Now, they also, Enforcer made this great little ant trap, and they dropped it. And so now Tero makes this multi-surface liquid ant bait station. All right, so these are really great, and you add them with like clobber that you use on the inside of the house, and I promise you're not going to have any problem with anything. And what is so cool about this is, see, it says multi-surface. Well, the reason they say it's multi-surface is because it's got sticky stuff on the back, and so you can stick it underneath the cabinet, you can stick it down in a pantry or underneath the shelf of the pantry, so you don't have to see it. But these are great. When I used to use somebody for pest control, they always left stuff like this, and it really does make a difference, especially if you really are having a tough time with the ants. So, okay, those are the two new items that I wanted to talk to you about. So, if you were watching earlier, or you saw my deal when I was advertising the show, then you'll know we're going to talk about wasting water today and how important it is to save water and easy ways to do it, some of the ways that you can save money outdoors and save indoors, save water indoors. So what saves you water in the yard? How many of you, since we only have 1 day watering, and it's like from 7 to 11 in the morning, I think, 7 to 11 or 7 to 10, and then from 7 to 11 at night. How many of you have fallen asleep on the couch, accidentally forgot that you had your water on, and then bingo, you wake up the next morning and there's water in your garage, or there's water on the driveway running down halfway down the street because you forgot you had the water on? Well, nobody feels good about that. It makes you feel extremely guilty. Plus, you could get fined because they're out and they're watching. So what do? The best thing to do is get a timer. Get a timer for your hose. And I'm going to show you several different timers. Some of them I'm real familiar with, but some of them have really good reviews, and so I'll tell you about that. And then we're going to go from super simple to even a smart one. Okay, smarter than me probably. All right, so the first one, I say it's simple because it is a mechanical water timer. This one's Do It Best, so it's, probably made by Milnor or Rainbird or somebody, and then they make it for Do It Best, and Do It Best puts their name on it. But this is a manual, one station, mechanical water timer. So what do I mean by mechanical? You're gonna put this onto your faucet, hook your hose up to it, and dial it for how many hours. But you're literally gonna have to go out there and turn it on, okay? And then, but it will shut off by itself. So see, you wouldn't have to worry about if you accidentally fall asleep on the couch watching Indiana Jones and then wake up the next morning and you have water everywhere. And plus it'll cost you a fortune. I mean, an absolute fortune, especially if you do it twice. Okay, so that's the easiest one, okay? Very inexpensive, under $10. So that way you never have to worry it will water. And that way if you have to leave to go to work, then it shuts off by itself. All right, so now let's take it a step up, okay? And this one is a very easy one also. This one's made by Orbit. And it is, where is it? I think it's this one. Yes, okay. This is Orbit, and this is very simple also. Why do I say it's simple? If you were watching on Facebook, you could see how big all the lettering is on it. Okay, you don't need your glasses for this one. And it's just a one station. Now that doesn't mean that you can't piggyback a bunch of them together. They're sprinklers, okay? But this tells you you can do up to 7 days. Okay, so you couldn't go on vacation probably and expect this to work for you. But this one is real simple. It's got interval programming, and it waters from 1 to 7 days. It'll water up to 240 minutes, plus it has a bypass. If you, like later that night or on a different day than your watering day, you want to water some of those areas up by the front that just get beat by the heat and by your sidewalk and stuff, then you can switch it to manual and be able to water. And so this one's pretty reasonable too, and like I said, it's real easy to program. It's just simple, but it's only one station, okay, one station. So now we're gonna move up. We're gonna move up to Milnor. I don't know if many of you are familiar with Milnor. They make, if you like to look out on Amazon, the only reason I like to look out on Amazon is because I like to see what people's reviews are. Because where I buy from, Do It Best, I mean, it doesn't give like reviews, and I can only go by what people tell me in the store. And so if I'm thinking about bringing something new in, I like to look out there on Amazon and see what people think, because I'm telling you, my customer does. So Milnor makes a 2-station, and what do I mean by 2-station? That means you can water in one area of your yard, and then say you're doing the front yard, and then you can also attach another hose to the bottom of it, program that one to maybe water the back side of the yard, or if you have a really large front yard separated by a sidewalk like I do, well, you can water over there. This one is each watering station can have its own agenda. You can water up to 4 times a day, and you can skip. It's got a rain sensor on it, so if you want to skip or you have that set, it won't water. And it's fairly easy to program. Now you have to remember, all right, these are all going to require AA batteries. So simple, you just plug them in and that's it. And none of the batteries are going to come with it. But this Milnor, is really nice. I have a sprinkler. I didn't bring them in here because they're a little pricey, but oh my gosh, it is such a good sprinkler because it will widen or tighten. Like if you have like just a strip that's real small and you don't want to over sprinkle, they have where you can adjust it so well. So, all right, and then the last one, the last timer, if you like smart devices, so in other words, you can download an app onto your phone and control it with your phone, then Beehive Bluetooth, it's got 2 stations, okay, water timer, you'll be able to see it on your phone. If that's something that's real important to you, we sell these here and people constantly buy them. So, and then I looked out on Amazon and they've got pretty good reviews. Probably some of the reviews that are negative have to do with operator error. And, but this is pretty simple to work. And then you can download it on your phone. So maybe if you're not in town, I mean, how many of you, because right now, before I got a timer, if I wanted to go on my day off, which is my one watering day, and go visit my friends up at Marble Falls or something like that, I would go, oh, it's my watering day. If I don't water, well, you get a timer and you don't have to worry about that, okay? And plus, it's going to save you money. It's going to save you money for water is what it's going to do. All right, so now let's talk about choosing the right sprinkler. All right, so if you are going to sprinkle in the yard, okay, I'm going to show you this on Facebook. This is not exactly what I use in certain parts of my yard because this is plastic and I'm not a big fan of plastic, but Do It Best has a sprinkler that's metal. It's got a 3-arm, plus it throws water up over the top, so it's like a party. And it does a super job of covering probably about 10 square feet at a time. It's a really nice sprinkler, and this is why I really like it, because you can piggyback it with another one. So if you didn't want to put like a impulse sprinkler and you wanted something that is like a 3-arm that's a little bit easier, you don't have to mess with it too much, you can piggyback those, put it on your timer, and that's it. You don't have to worry about it. Now, of course, you've got to pick them up and put them back, but these are real. They're really nice, and we'll be getting that metal one in. We're just every week we order more and more sprinklers, and every week before the time we get them back in, we're out again. Now, I also want to show you this one Rainbird. Rainbird makes an in-ground sprinkler. I have it in my front yard. It will water my whole front yard. It is amazing, and it does a super good job. It covers up to 5,200 square feet. 5,200 square feet's a lot of square feet. Now, the deal with this Rainbird in-ground sprinkler is it's an impulse sprinkler, okay? So it does a ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. And so you have to kind of adjust it, and sometimes that's real hard for people. And so that's why I suggest if you don't want to have to do that, you do the little 3-arm one, party one. So this one, you can adjust it for how far out it throws and how wide it throws. It will go all the way around, it'll do 360, and you can tuck it down from a 25 foot down to 25 feet. And so this one's nice. It's got a click and go hose connect. And what is a click and go? Okay, that's called a quick connect system. They are so nice to have. I have it on every device for my yard because I don't have to try to screw it on. It just literally slaps in. It's almost like a snap. That's what it's like. It's like a snap for your garden hose and for your watering devices. Really good. Do It Best makes a pretty good one. There are other ones that are more expensive and they're great. Now, where's another place that you can save money outdoor is make sure none of your hoses leak. So where do they usually leak? Right there at the connection. So that means that the washer has probably pooped out on you. And so just get a new washer and put it in there. And don't get the vinyl ones, we carry them, but by all means, the rubber ones are the best. So Do It Best does them. I think you get 10 of them for like, I don't know, maybe $3. So this is whoops, what you need. Now, what kind of garden hose do you need? My suggestion, a non-kink. A non-kink is one of the best ones that we can get. They weigh a ton, as you can see. Okay, it's called Never Kink. Never Kink. This one's a 50-foot, and I think they might be $35. They have a lifetime warranty. A lifetime warranty. So that means if you buy one from someone like me, and you bring it back and you say, Trudy, that garden hose is kinking. No problem. Bring it back. They take them back. I have never had a problem with the extra heavy duty Never Kink. They have like commercial grade connections on them, so you don't have to worry about that. And they never kink for me. But I roll them up after I'm done, and I tuck them close to the house so they get shade. I do not leave them out in the heat of the day, and I think that makes a difference. I think it does. Now, I'm going to tell you a little trick. Okay, another thing that you need to remember when you are not wanting to waste money with water is if you have a leak. Oh, we gotta go. Okay, those of you that are watching on Facebook, I'm going to tell you a little trick about a leaky faucet. If you're listening to the radio, we're going to have it out on YouTube a little bit later on today, so go out there and watch it because you don't want to miss this tip. This is a good one. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573, and that's it for this week, folks. Those of you on Facebook, you hang on. Just remember, every day is a good day to paint. See you next week. See you next week. Okay, so now I can take off my headphones and move this because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to move y'all a little bit closer to make sure that y'all are picking me up. Linda, Sherry Voss, John, William Harold says hi. Well, hey, right back. If y'all have a question, I have a question I'm going to throw out because I have a friend of mine that has had some problems with their driveway and their garage. Okay, so we sell products all the time that you can coat the driveway in the garage. I'm talking about the garage, I'm sorry. The garage floor with a paint that is pretty resistant to tire tracks. However, I have a friend of mine, very dear friend of mine, that has had problems because there was the wrong product used the first time. And then she tried to paint over it and paint over it again. And no matter what she did, her hot tire tracks kept showing up. Well, of course, my idea is if she really wants the paint, that she's going to have to strip it all off, and she started crying at that moment and start all over again. But I told her, let me throw this out and see if anyone else has an idea about how to make your tire tracks not show up on that. If it means just stripping off the paint in that area. But she says she even gets tire tracks like when she rolls her lawnmower in. So I told her I would throw it out and then and see if we get any feedback on it. Okay, so all right, let me tell you something new that we have in the gift shop and in our kitchen area. Okay, see these beautiful bags back here? That one, and then, well, you can't see that one. Here. See that one? Really pretty. Okay, these are bags. They're called kind bags. Okay, and their idea is to be kind to the planet. Okay, and if you feel them, you can tell they're made out of recycled plastic bottles, and so they're got a nice strap on them. They're pretty heavy duty, I would say. You know, it'll hold a good amount of groceries, and then you wouldn't be using plastic if you don't want to do that. If you don't like to keep a lot of plastic, and they don't do much paper anymore. So this is an alternative. Plus, okay, see how that is like that? It's a pocket. So you fold it all back in and you put it inside the pocket in the car and just keep it in the car. Now I'm going to tell you something. You need to wash these things on occasion, because like if you keep fresh fruit in it or something like that, and then it might get some bacteria on it, you don't want that. They'll mildew. I mean, not mildew. They'll have gunk on them. Okay, so wash them on occasion. So these are just super nice, and they're in our new area in the kitchen. And I probably just totally messed all that up, but let me tell you, these things are so pretty, and they're very nice and super lightweight. They would make a great gift for somebody that's got a brand new home or a kitchen remodel. Okay, they used the guy right before me and did a kitchen remodel. All right, so now let's talk. Okay, I talked to you about, oh, we need to finish and doing this tip, okay, for all of you that are waiting with bated breath. All right, so say you have your faucet outside, okay, your outdoor faucet. I like the ones that have this because they are easy to operate, because I have a hard time operating this one. They're stiff right at first. But it's great for people that don't have a lot of mobility, because it's just a quick quarter turn on and completely off. But what if you have a leak here? Not in the faucet, okay, but in the pipe going into the faucet. And so you got this, and you turn it off, and you still get the drip, drip, drip. What do? You put one of these on, screw it into the faucet. Let me show you. Yep, you can take that. You're gonna screw it in like this, okay? And then you have a shut off right here. And then you turn it off, and it will not leak. And you can hook your hose up to this or whatever you want, and this will save you, if you just do not have the time right now to turn off the water, get a plumber on, or maybe you just don't feel like doing it right now, okay? And this right here, you can do it with. Get the metal ones, don't get the plastic ones, get the metal ones, and this will save you from having to cut the water off and deal with it. Remove it, because if you're gonna remove a faucet like this, you gotta shut the water off. Yeah, okay. But if it's drip, 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 dripping all the time, you will be shocked about how much water you waste. And we don't need to waste water, even if it doesn't cost that much. You know, I mean, if it's not making a difference in your water bill, we don't need to waste that. Not at all. All right, so that was on the outside. So now let's talk about wasting water on the inside of the house. What do you think is the #1 thing in your household that wastes water? You're right, the toilet. It flushes, and a lot of people have problems with your toilet maybe is not clean, it's an older toilet, and so it's real clogged up underneath the rim, all the jets are limed up and things like that. And so what happens? You have to flush twice. Well, that's not saving you any money, is it? So let me tell you the number one way to keep your toilet clean. Delete Germ. This is a product that we have carried. It effectively removes, it says rust stains and loosens scale and dirt. Mainly, it gets rid of hard water, okay? It gets rid of hard water and loosens it up on the rim of your toilet, under the rim of your toilet, so that when your toilet flushes and all the little jets under the rim will push down with a lot of water and remove everything out of the bowl. Well, if you don't get enough head pressure, and that means enough water to push out, then you have to end up flushing twice, and that's not saving you any money. So, but if you have never, okay, and how do I get rid of it? Okay, we just got a question, so I'll answer that in just a second. So how do you, if you haven't ever and your toilet is pretty lined up, what do you do? Well, start using the Delete Germ. Use it once a week, maybe a quarter of a cup, and that's it. And then clean underneath the rim with this Pumice Flexi Scour. This is a pumice infused screen. And see how flexible it is? It won't scratch your toilet. If you are like have a rental house and then when you go to have to, hi Elsa, if you're having to clean the toilets and it doesn't look like they have ever cleaned them since you rented the property to them, this thing is amazing. Just remember to wear gloves, because if you don't wear gloves, it'll tear up your manicure. Bad, bad. And on there it says it cleans all kinds of things. I don't have experience with that. I just have experience with it cleaning porcelain in the toilet. I don't use it on the bathtub. This is what you need. And then if those little jets up there are all clogged up, and you, even when you use Delete Germ, it's just going to the bottom of the toilet, it's not coming out of there, take a little wooden skewer stick or something like that and break it up a little bit. Just go up there and kind of waller it out and see if you can't, once you start opening it up and then you use your Delete Germ and clean with your Pumice, if you don't get a better flush. All right, so what if your toilet flushes just fine, but in fact it flushes even when someone's not there? What do you call that? Or what is that? Or maybe it scared the living daylights out of you one night in the middle of the night and it flushed and you knew there was no one in the house, or this supposed to be, but you. Okay, so that's called ghost flushing. And how that happens is where your flapper falls down. I didn't bring a flapper up here. Okay, where your flapper falls down and goes into the bottom of your toilet, okay, it has a seal. That's what keeps it from running, okay? It comes down on this little seal. Well, hard water can build up on that seal, and it doesn't take a lot. Just a couple of little grains, and it will leave the teeniest little gap. And, hi Patricia. And leaving that tiny little gap, water will seep through there, and after enough water has gone out, bingo, the toilet will flush. And then it starts the process all over again. And some people, if they don't clean that, I mean, that thing will flush 4 or 5 times a day. So how do you take care of that? So it's real simple. You take a little 4/0 steel wool, or you can take a real fine sandpaper, wrap it around a tennis ball, and go down and you just like grind it like that on that seal. Lift the flapper up, turn the water off, flush the toilet, lift the flapper up, clean the seal, okay, and then put the flapper back down, turn the water back on, and see if that doesn't take care of it for you. If it doesn't, you might need a new flush valve, okay? This one's the best. This Fluidmaster 400, it is the best. And really the reason you have problems, it's all hard water. It's just, it builds up in little areas right here, and it won't close completely. So just do yourself a favor and get yourself this Fluid Master, and it's great, and it's easy. It really is easy. But if you're having a problem and it's confusing for you how to do it, that's no problem. We are going to have an area in our plumbing department. So remember earlier when I told you about the